students. In previous class, we have seen World War II. In World War II, we have learned course of the World War II. Battle of Stalingrad, which was happened in the year 1942, July 17 to 2nd February 1943. End of the Battle of Stalingrad war, who got victorious? Germany got victorious. Germany means Hitler got victorious. After this war, what happened in Russia? Russian people suffered not only from bad working and living conditions, but also from ill-treated by the Germans. Then we discussed Battle of El Alamein, 1942. Already I said, Germany got only initial success. At the end of the Second World War, who got victorious? Allies. Allies means the countries which were on the side of Britain is called as the Allies. So in this Battle of El Alamein War, 1942, the Allied forces under General Montgomery attacked and defeated the German and Italians at the place El Alamein in North Africa. Then we discussed surrender of Italy, 1943. Mussolini had been thrown out and the new government of Italy surrendered to the Allies. Allies means Britain in the year 1943. However, Mussolini was shot dead by his own countrymen. Then we discussed end of Hitler. When he captured Germany, Hitler, 1934, Hitler captured Germany. How was he captured? After the death of Hindenburg, Hitler made himself declared as the president and chancellor of Germany. Why Hitler died? He committed suicide because Hitler, having lost all hopes of success, so he had committed suicide in his bunker. Then what we discussed, war in the Asia Pacific region. The Japanese army invaded Manchuria in 1931. Again Japan invaded China and captured Beijing. Beijing is also known as the Peking. Then Japan also captured Shanghai, also captured. Then we discussed Pearl Harbor incident. Pearl Harbor incident 1941. America entered into the Second World War. The Japanese had attacked American fleet stations at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii on December 7, 1941. This disaster attack forced the America to enter into the Second World War. Then we discussed Japanese aggression in Southeast Asia. The Japanese had spectacular success. Japanese attacked and captured Guam, the Philippines, Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaya, the Dutch East India. Dutch East India means Indonesia and Burma. Then next we discussed Battle of Midway and Battle of Guadalcanal, 1942. Then we discussed Hiroshima and Nagasaki, August 1945. The US developed an atomic bomb immensely more powerful than conventional explosive. The Japanese general refused to surrender and finally US dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima. So US dropped the first atomic bomb on Hiroshima on 6th August 1945. Japanese still refused to surrender. Then US another atomic bomb was dropped on Nagasaki on August 9, 1945. Then we discussed effect of the war. New geopolitical power. Then we discussed international agencies. Today class, we are going to discuss the Holocaust and its followed. Already we know the meaning of Holocaust. Holocaust means mass killing of people. After Hitler came to power, the Jews were persecuted in many ways. Persecuted means killed in many ways. The impact was a Holocaust and it's followed. The word Holocaust means genocide of 6 million Jews by the Germans during World War II. Now we will see what is the meaning of genocide or what does mean by genocide. Genocide means deliberate killing of large number of people with the aim of destroying the particular ethnic community. That is what genocide. So we all know when Hitler came to power, immediately he started to demolish, to eradicate the Jew society from Germans. Hitler came to power in the year 1934. Soon after that, he started various measures to eradicate the Jewish people from Germany. Jews were deprived of their civil rights, and their properties were confiscated, and many were confined to ghettos. So confiscated means forcibly taken by the German government. So many were confined to ghettos. So the Nazis came up with the notion final solution. So the Jews killed many Germans. They never mentioned the word killing. Instead of the word killing, they were using the word final solution. Now we are going to see Universal Declaration of Human Rights. First we'll see what is human rights. The human rights are the basic rights that belong to every person in the world from the birth until death. So what does mean by human rights? Already we discussed in 9th standard. We have learnt about the fundamental rights. What is guaranteed in our constitution? So the fundamental rights we can enjoy as a citizen of India, which is given in our constitution. But whereas human rights is applicable for all the people in the world. Then we need to think what is necessity for declaration of human rights. We have learned about Holocaust, the Jews killed by Hitler. When millions of Jews were killed by Hitler, there were no organization to question him. So after the World War II, the people felt must be one organization to protect the rights, basic rights, to protect the basic rights of the people. So this led to the birth of Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Here we'll see human rights and fundamental rights for all without distinctions to race, sex, language and religions. The UN effort to protect the human rights on global basis resulted in the constitution of the UN, United Nations Commission on Human Rights, a committee constituted and its ASPIAS. ASPIAS means guidance or pattern. Under the guidance of Eleanor Roosevelt, wife of late President Franklin Roosevelt, and members of the commission included Charles Malik of Lebanon, P.C. Chan of nationalist China, John Humphrey of Canada, and Reine Cassin of France. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights was its important contribution. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights set forth fundamental human rights in 30 articles. The UN adopted this historic charter on 10th December 1948. Every year we observed 10th December 1948 observed as the Human Rights Day. Next we are going to see birth of Israel. A major outcome of the Holocaust was creation of the state of Israel as a homeland for the Jews. While this was historically the original home of the Jews during Roman times. we know very well historically Israel the homeland of Jews, but in 1948, after the Holocaust, UN recognized Israel as homeland for the Jews. Next, we are going to see new international order. By 1941, the United States and Britain began to give serious consideration to the need for international cooperation for achieving lasting peace among all nations. So the important of realize the world peace, and also they noticed for the international economic and financial stability. So they started international economic and financial stability were also important objectives of the international order. All this would need international organization with the member of the various nations across the world working together for this common objectives. What are the main common objectives of this new international order? So they increase or developed the international economy and financial stability. This ultimately resulted in the establishment of the United Nations, the World Bank, and the International Monetary Fund, with many associated organizations with deal with the basic issues of important for all societies and countries. Next, we are going to see United Nations organization. All these countries came together and formed the organization which is known as the United Nations organization. How was formed the United Nations organization? In the Second World War, United Nations Organization was started. The United Nations Organization, an international organization, was established in 1945. During the Second World War in 1941, the American President, who was President American President F.D. Roosevelt, and the British Prime Minister Winston Churchill, they met on the battleship and concluded the Atlantic Charter. This charter was discussed in various conferences. It was finally discussed in San Francisco Conference of 1945. The UN Charter, when was signed the UN Charter? The UN Charter was signed at San Francisco on June 26, 1945. As a result, United Nations Organization came into existence on 24th October 1945. At present, UNO has 192 members with its headquarters at New York. The first initiative for the United Nations came from the United States, which year? 1941. Now, the United Nations has 193 member states, and each one, big or small, has an equal vote in the United States. Every country, they have equal vote in the United Nations organization. Then we are going to see what are the main organs of the United Nations organization. Then what are the main objectives of the United Nations organization? The United Nations organization maintain international peace and security, then develop friendly relations among the nation, then to settle international disputes by peaceful means, then to be center for helping nation to achieve this goal. Then organs of the United Nations organization. There are 6 organs in the United Nations organization: the General Assembly, the Security Council, the Economic and Social Council, the Trusteeship Council, the International Court of Justice, and the Secretariat. First, we are going to see General Assembly. What is the work of the General Assembly? The General Assembly is the UNO's main organs and a deliberative body. It has the right to discuss and make recommendation on all matters within the scope of the UN Charter. It consists of representatives of all member countries. Each member countries can send 5 members with 1 vote. Generally, it meets once in a year. The next organ of United Nations organization is the Security Council. The Security Council have 5 permanent members: the USA, the UK, France, the Russia, and China, and 10 non-permanent members, and 10 temporary members who are elected in rotation. The non-permanent members are elected by the General Assembly for 2 years term. The permanent members have the right to veto. Right to veto means negative vote for any council decision. What is right to veto? It is a vote which will block any major decision. Next, we are going to see administrative structure. The executive wings of the United Nations is UN Secretariat. It is headed by the Secretary General, who is elected by the General Assembly on the recommendation of the Security Council. So the administrative functions of UNO are performed by Secretariat. The UN Secretariat, what is the work of the Secretariat? The UN Secretariat carries out the day-to-day works of the organization and implements the programs and policies laid down by the organs of the UNO. The Secretary General is the Chief Administrative Officer of the UNO. He is appointed by the General Assembly on the advice of the Security Council for a period of 5 years. You must know who is the current Secretary General. You find out the answer. Then the Economic and Social Council is the fifth organs of the United Nations organization. It consists of 54 members for a period of 9 years. 1/3 of its members are retiring every 3 years. It coordinates the economic and social work of the United Nations and the specialized agencies. Then next we are going to see other important organs of the UNO or specialized organs of the UNO. Specialized organs: WHO, FAO, UNESCO, UNICEF, these are the specialized organs of the UNO. The WHO, the World Health Organization, UNESCO, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNICEF, the United Nations Children's Fund. Then ILO, International Labour Organization, FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization. So these are the specialized organs of the UNO, which focuses on these organs focuses on the development of the countries. Then activities of the UNO. Over the decades, the United Nations has expanded its activities in response to changing problems facing the world. Thus, in the year 1960, decolonization was an important issue. Human rights, the problems of refugees, climate change, gender equality are all now within the ambit of the activities of the United Nations. The Indian Army has been an important part of the peacekeeping force and has been deployed in many parts of the world. Next we are going to see World Bank. The World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, they were known as the Bretton Woods twins because they both were established in 1945. So were both established in 1945 after Bretton Woods Conference is 1944, located in Washington, D.C. in United States. They have the same membership since a country cannot be a member of the bank without being a member of the fund. The two main organs of the World Bank are the International Bank for the Reconstruction and Development and International Development Agencies. These are the two main organs of the World Bank. They work together. They often referred to the World Bank. The main responsibility of the IBRD means the World Bank in the initial years was to fund the reconstruction activities under the Marshall Plan. The next we are going to see IDA. IDA means International Development Agency also lend money to the government for the development activities. So this is called soft loans. Why this is called soft loan means these loans are soft loans that are given at very low rates of interest for a period of 50 years. Then IFC. IFC means International Finance Corporations, mainly function with the private enterprises in developing countries. In recent years, the bank is actively promoting the achievements of the Millennium Development Goals with aim at improving living standard, removing illiteracy, empowering women, and improving child health, improving the environment, and eradicate the AIDS. The next we are going to see International Monetary Fund, IMF. International Monetary Fund was primarily the brainchild of Harry Dexter White and John Maynard Key, the famous economists. These two are the famous economists. It was formally organized in the year 1945. When they established it, there were only 29 countries, 29 member countries. Now, at present, 189 countries are there in the International Monetary Fund. Its primarily objectives is to ensure financial stability and development across the world. What is the main aim? The main agenda is to promote international monetary cooperation, expansion of international trade, and exchange stability. The fund lends money from its resources to countries facing balance of payments problem because they are unable to pay for their import. The next we are going to see post-war welfare states in Europe. The term welfare states refer to the concept that the government is responsible for the social and economic welfare of the people, thus expanding the role of the state beyond providing defense and maintaining law and order. So welfare of the state means they have to fulfill their basic needs of the people. Apart from that, they have to focus on welfare measures in 1942. In 1942, the report commonly known as the Beveridge Report was published in United Kingdom, which proposed a series of measures which the government should adopt to provide citizens with adequate income, healthcare, education, housing, and employment to overcome poverty and disease, which were major impediments to general welfare. After the World War, the Labour Party was voted into power in Britain. It promised to undertake the steps to look after the people from the cradle to the grave. Cradle to grave. So this word says how important to looking into the welfare of the people. The lesson get over here. Let's recap what we learned today class. Today class we have discussed Holocaust and its fallout. Then we discussed Universal Declaration of Human Rights, birth of Israel. Then we discussed new international order, United Nation. When was started the United Nation? End of the Second World War, United Nation was started. Then what are the organs of the United Nation organization? General Assembly, the Security Council, administrative structure, secretariat, then other important organs or specialized organs of the UNO, WHO, UNESCO, NSIF, then United Nations development programs, then activities of the UN, World Bank, International Monetary Fund. Then last we discussed post-war welfare states in Europe. Students, note down the assignment. What do you know of the Beveridge Report? Name the Bretton Woods twins. Then what are the objectives of IMF? This is 2 marks. Then detail. Assess the structures and activities of the UN. Thank you, students.